Welcome to this algebra lesson. Today, we are going to explore the zero product property. This is a fundamental concept that serves as the foundation for solving quadratic equations by factoring. It sounds technical, but the logic behind it is actually very simple. So, what exactly is it? The definition states that if the product of two numbers, let's call them a and b, is zero, then at least one of those numbers must be zero. In mathematical terms, if a times b equals 0, then a equals 0, or b equals 0. It is impossible to multiply two non-zero numbers and get 0. Let's look at the logic to prove this. If you take two non-zero numbers like 5 and 4 and multiply them, you get 20. The result is not 0. But if you multiply 0 by 7, you get 0. Or if you multiply 9 by 0, you get 0. The only way to get a product of 0 is to have 0 as one of the ingredients. Now, let's apply this to algebra with variables. If we have x times y equals 0, we can conclude one of two things. Either x must be 0 or y must be 0. Or, of course, both could be 0. This simple rule is incredibly powerful when we need to solve for unknown variables. Let's see this in action with a real equation. Here we have x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 5 equals 0. Notice we have two groups or factors being multiplied. The first factor is x minus 2, and the second factor is x plus 5. Since their product is 0, the property applies. To solve for x, we split the problem into two simpler parts. Option 1, the first factor, x minus 2, equals 0. Solving this gives us x equals 2. Option 2, the second factor, x plus 5, equals 0. Solving this gives us x equals negative 5. We have found two possible solutions. Here is what our solutions look like on a number line. We found that x can be 2, or x can be negative 5. Both of these values, when plugged back into the original equation, will make the whole equation equal to 0. Be very careful to avoid this common mistake. If your equation equals 12, or any number other than 0, you cannot just set the factors equal to 12. This rule only works for 0. If two numbers multiply to 12, they could be 2 and 6, 3 and 4, or even 1 and 12. We don't know for sure. It must equal 0. To wrap up, remember these 4 steps. First, ensure your equation equals 0. Second, make sure it is factored into a multiplication problem. Third, set each individual factor equal to 0. And finally, solve those simple linear equations to find your answers.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.